This week we're in Northern Ireland. I'm at Kilkeel, the most southerly town in Northern Ireland. It's home to the largest fishing fleet in Northern Ireland. Also home to Kilkeel Seafoods. Kilkeel, part of the Whitby Seafoods group, the home of scampi, as they would tell you. I'm going to go and track down Dan Whittle, the managing director, to see if he can tell us a little bit more about their operations here in Kilkeel, about the business, its history and their outlook for the future. I've managed to track down Dan Whittle here, Managing Director at Kilkeel Seafoods, part of the Whitby Seafoods group. Dan, how long have you been in this site as well as in Whitby?
We've been in Kilkeel for about 12 years. We bought a company called Middleton Seafoods. It was mainly about raw material. We were beginning to see declining supplies from the North Sea, and we came to the home of Dublin Bay prawns. And through a number of acquisitions we've kind of consolidated into this site, so we moved two businesses into Kilkeel Seafoods.
Okay, because your father Graham founded the business back in 1985, I think, and then he's handed it down to the three of you, Laura, Ed and yourself. When did that transition sort of take effect?
2015 I became Managing Director of Whitby Seafoods. He's still very much involved. He's chairman of the board. I still value his input. He's okay with me taking his advice or not. He doesn't interfere too much. But Edward and Laura and I are a very kind of strong team.
It's great to see a family business thriving in the way that this does. Tell us a little bit about the products that you're producing here. You're known for your scampi, but that's not all that goes on, is it?
Oh, here in Kilkeel, it's focused on primary processing, so raw material coming in, scampi tails coming in, and then taking the shell off those scampi tails. Okay. So this site is dedicated purely to scampi and doing that as efficiently as possible. Whereas in Whitby we're a broader range of products, looking at value add, fish cakes, goujons, high speed packing, and a lot of it is about efficiency there. We've invested many millions of pounds over the years into high speed machinery there.
I wanted to talk to you a bit more about the efficiency angle, because we're hearing a lot about the challenges of sourcing labour in the seafood industry generally, and a lot of people are starting to turn to automation, but of course it doesn't always make sense if you haven't got the volume and the scale to make it work. Obviously it's working for you then with the automation.
Here in Kilkeel it's still very labour intensive. There's a lot of raw material variability that's quite hard to automate. What we're looking at the moment is over the past 10 years we've spent over £1 million a year on reducing the cost inside the factory, but the bulk of the cost of scampi and all fish products really is the raw material cost. And we've been blinded to the concept of helping to reduce the cost of the raw material.
I know that Whitby Seafoods are really one of the leaders in this respect, so can you just tell us a few things, your outlook on sustainability?
It used to be something that other people did, and maybe it was a nice to have. Maybe 5 years ago we did a MSc pre-assessment on the farm deeps, and we got to the end of the road and there were problems with it, and there wasn't really any process for getting past those problems. Where we are now with Project UK, there is a process whereby you do pre-assessments, and we're doing it for all the UK fisheries against the MSc standard, and there is an improvement project to resolve the issues. It's become kind of business critical really. It isn't a nice to have fluffy kind of idea. Pretty much all of our customer base is demanding it, and we fear the risk that scampi would become not socially unacceptable, but in our modern times ethics has become a commercially important issue.
Great. There's one more thing I wanted to ask you about, and that's your charitable outlook. I know you, again, Whitby Seafoods have been a massive supporter of the Fisherman's Mission, haven't you? All sorts of fundraising and ideas and concepts, and and it features on your website, I think. How did you kind of get into that in the first case?
The involvement with the Fisherman's Mission has been driven by my brother predominantly. He was quite keenly aware that we benefit from the fishing industry, and we need to give something more back than just paying for scampi tails. Fundamentally, we believe businesses aren't just there to make profit for the shareholders. They have a role within society, and I think that's been forgotten to some extent.
Yeah. Well, thanks for talking to us, Dan, today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for showing us around, and wish you all the best for the future. Great to meet you again.
Thanks, Marcus. Thanks for coming.
Cheers. Thanks.